Hey man, nice to have you here to share about your experience working with us for the past couple months. Yeah, first question for you. Before you started, what was your situation? What were you doing, and what kind of led you to us?
Yeah, so I was working in finance for some time. I went to school for finance originally. Um, I was working at a job that was really only paying about 60 to 70K at the time. And I was kind of, getting tired of that career. So went back and started learning, more tech roles and, started looking for tech jobs. Took me a while, but I was introduced to you guys through a friend as a referral, and you guys onboarded me, within like a week or two after talking to her, and she spoke very highly of you guys. So I was excited to work with you. You guys accepted me, and I was just so excited to be accepted into the program and have the opportunity to work with you one on one and really refine what I was looking for in my next job search and where I was going in my career path.
Perfect. Awesome. So you were referred by someone who already went through like our one of our programs, one of our career coaching programs, right? Cool. Okay. And once you did join, what was your experience like? So I know you mentioned about the one-to-one coaching with the career coach. I believe you were paired up with Paige. So how was it working with Paige? How was it working with getting the application support? How was the team? The experience with them.
So the onboarding call with our boss was awesome. Really got to know him one on one. Really spoke, about the whole process that you guys are selective about, certain things. So, that did me a lot of promise because you're not just taking everybody off the street. You like to really hone in on your clients specialized. Then I spoke with you, you really onboarded me. It was a pleasure to speak with, the owner of the company who started the company, which was really cool. Really appreciated that. And then from there, I started working with Paige. Paige was amazing. I had, I believe, 3 or 4 one-on-ones with her. One was going over my resume, my past work. Then it was going over my resume. Then it was going and, doing the one-on-one mock interviews. So real awesome working with Paige. She was very hands-on, really helped me refine, gave me awesome, criticism on like, this is what you should do, critiquing me on this and took it very openly. I took it with, open arms and it was a great experience. After that was up, started working with the hiring application team, and they helped me refine, hey, this is where you're looking, this is where you are looking, what are you looking for in terms of salary, location, remote, hybrid. So it was awesome working with them. They really refined what jobs I was looking for, what I wasn't looking for. They worked with me a lot through the process, and from there, it was just applying, and I was approving or denying, and from there it was great. It was, no qualms with that.
Awesome. Sounds like you had a good experience with the team overall. And in the end, from working with us, you got a couple of interviews, and it was interesting because you didn't even finish about 30% of the program. You still have most of the program, still there. So you didn't even use up all the 300 applications, but you got a couple of interviews, and I believe you landed an offer a month back or something.
So after I think was it about 70, 80 applications, something like that. I had 4 or 5 interviews through you guys, and I, had great interviews for each one, but one of the, I think it was the third or fourth one, I was able to secure an offer after a second or third round interview immediately afterwards. So without career enterprise, I mean, I would even came across this company that I'm currently working for.
I'm glad things worked out for you, man. So this new offer, compared to what you were doing before, is it like a better offer, higher pay bump?
Way better. It's about a 50K pay bump.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. That's over the next think about it, over the next 5 years, that's 250K extra for you.
Exactly. And, there's a lot of, room for growth. So I'll, hopefully more than that.
Hopefully, yes, for sure. And so yeah, it sounds like you had a great experience. You got the offer, so of course, everything looks good for you now. So, final question: would you refer us to other people friends, family, relatives who are also looking for career coaching, looking to job hop, pivot into better roles?
Absolutely. So during the program, even before I got interviews or offers, I was already referring your company to 2 people just because the onboarding experience was great. The one-on-ones with Paige was amazing. And just working through the hiring, the application process of, putting out those applications for me was going really well. And I was, seeing some traction from that. So it was nice to just be able to speak highly of the company and that I was going through with this. So yeah, I already referred you out to like 2 people.
Awesome, awesome.